Mark Davis, you recently went from Yahoo to Microsoft. Why'd you do that? I mean, isn't Microsoft a pre-internet company?
Well, actually, I had about a year in between where I was working on stuff with the World Economic Forum that I mentioned before. I left Yahoo with some of the other top inventors there, and we did some very interesting work leading to the Rethinking Personal Data project with the World Economic Forum. And I joined Microsoft just 2 months ago. And Microsoft's a fascinating place, very different than I imagined. Much more loosely structured, more entrepreneurial, agile than I would have thought, and incredibly smart, passionate people who really want to do amazing things, not just for Microsoft, but for the world. So it has a social conscience, it has a mission, it has passion and commitment and understanding, and the resources and the scope to do transformative stuff for the web. And part of why I went there, frankly, is if you think of the footprint of the company, it touches a lot of people. And it supports the exchange and knowledge creation of hundreds of millions of people around the world. So the web matters a lot, but the OS matters too. And the web matters a lot as well, but I'd say that the battle for who's going to help you get things done, who's going to help you find information, connect to people, be able to use your phone in ways that help you connect to people, the web, and the world, that's not over. So what I found at Microsoft so far, as I said, is the commitment, the drive, the energy, the intelligence to really do disruptive, interesting work in this space. And my job there, I work on technology strategy for the Online Services Division, OSD, which is search, advertising, maps, local, some of our mobile software, and MSN, the content portal. And what I'm finding is a great opportunity to think about and to then execute on the next version of what the web's going to be.
You use the term OS. Will there be an OS in this world?
Well, there will be many of them. And of course, what's emerging too is that the browser and the OS are connecting, especially in mobile, in interesting ways. So ultimately, my ability to reach out into the web and to connect to the capabilities of my device are coming together. Right? So the OS browser relationship, especially in mobile, we're getting types of browsers that have native function access, like location, for example. But you still need software to run software on. So yes, there'll be an OS. But the value chain, of course, really, at least from our side of Microsoft, is about the attention that people pay to each other in the world. And enabling people to get things done, to be able to have control and value from their data is the core focus. And that focus is enabled by the right kind of software, the right kind of applications, and the right kind of relationship that people have to their data and to each other.
Before the show, you showed me some of the social stuff you're doing with Bing.
Mm-hmm.
Does social search replace the now what seems to be old-fashioned algorithm of Google?
Well, it's a great question. So, PageRank, of course, is a beautiful algorithm, but in a way, what PageRank does.
Oh, by the way, how do you know it's beautiful? We haven't seen the secret sauce.
Well, there are papers written about it early on. So the latest version, no, I haven't seen the latest version of it. But the concept of basically saying, webmasters were people that created links between pages, but those links didn't happen dynamically. They're fairly static. They were created by a small number of people, and I don't know them. So, but in what we're doing, for example, in liked results, where I have the people I know and who know me on Facebook, and their activity, which they are sharing with me willingly about which pages that they like. Right? When I see a TechCrunch page and I say, I like it, I'm letting the network of people I'm connected to on Facebook know I'm using shared attention. I'm saying, hey, Andrew, look at this. Because you trust me, you look at that. Now, let's say I have an article about mobile, right? If I type in mobile into Bing when I have the new Facebook liked results working, it will return the regular web results, but realize the only signal I've given it is the word mobile. But it also will find the pages that people I trust have liked that have that word in it. The relevance is amazing. Because I did a search recently and I found stuff from my friends at Vodafone that they thought was cool, things that my former colleagues at Yahoo, the fact that Yahoo Answers is now mobile, which is something I was hoping would happen before. People that I trust are telling me what's worth my attention on the web. And that is amazingly powerful.
I've just realized talking to you, and this is a Google reference rather than a Microsoft one, that Android and Google search really shouldn't be thought of in parallel. They're so intimately bound up with one another.
In terms of mobile, you mean?
Well, in terms of the future of Google as a business, that it would have to have Android and the mobile platform in order to develop its search business.
Well, you know, Eric Schmidt's talked quite a lot about that, right? That how vital mobile is to the future of their company. I mean, let's be clear. There are 5.5 billion mobile devices in the world. In the next few years, the crossing point will be achieved where more people will access the internet from mobile devices than PCs. And effectively, with connectivity, ubiquitous connectivity, every internet device will be, in some sense, a connected device. And the dominant way that people will access the web will be through their phones.
Final question, Mark. Do we still use the word internet to describe this?
That's interesting. Well, we do, clearly.
Well, we need to think of a better word, though.
Well, I think web has come to replace internet for this reason, is that it really is about the connections between people, objects, places, the world. And so when we talked about the new nervous system for the planet, the metaphor of the social graph even, right, the interconnected set of nodes of real people, places, things, and events, and documents all together, that's the metaphor that we imagine, really the web of the world.
So Chris Anderson at Wired was entirely wrong. The web isn't dead. It's very much alive.
It's just being created and accessed through new types of devices and software.